Hey, Ooga booga, spooky month. You guys want to know what I am this year? Hey, look, guys, I'm a monkey. I go ooh, I go ah. But review life, weren't you already a monkey? Shut your racist ass up. I love monkeys. I bet you do. Go feed some bitches. This Halloween season, my donors on Patreon actually went with a festive decision. And since you already know what it is based on the title of the video, let me show you the other decisions that were in favor in this month's poll. Like, Convoy. The song is better than the movie, which is a lot to say considering that the movie was based on the song, but honestly, it's just an excuse for white people to drive expensive cars and destroy things while doing so, which explains the majority of the films made around this era, but they love that shit, just like we love the black exploitation films around that time as well. I'm not sure how to describe why, but I'm just gonna describe these as hell yeah films from now on. Wizards of Waverly Place. Now this was the only thing kinda close to the spooky suggestions I was expecting this month, besides the winner. Truth be told, I wasn't a Wizards of Waverly Place watcher that much when it debuted because it was around the time that cartoons slowly drifted away from Disney Channel, therefore I didn't have incentive to watch it, unless my sister was. However, the things that I did tune in for was the Rock episode, the catchy funky hat promos that constantly played, the movie, and the mom. Give me that. Rugged Radio Saturday. I originally thought that this was a cheap attempt at one of my patrons to promote their mixtape or some shit, and I was fully prepared to shit on it. Then with further research, come to find out, this is just a random Canadian DJ compilation disc that was sold in stores in 2003. It's a very niche insert that was guaranteed no votes, but I respect it. 4 out of 5. If you guys want an early 2000s era boom bap tape, you should check it out. Now this month's winner is Underfist, the last produced anything coming from the Maxwell Atoms Billy and Mandy series. And let me preface this by saying that I love Billy and Mandy. It's the best non-sequitur cartoon you'll ever watch. However, because it's written that way, it makes it very hard for me to explain, and explaining why something is funny is dumb. I really hate to be that guy, but you honestly gotta watch it for yourself, because me breaking down why this scene has been hilarious to me for years won't do its justice.
The only way I'll be strong enough to beat him is if the children unite in song for me.
Now this special in question is quite weird, considering that it just seamlessly came out of nowhere. Like at the time, everyone thought that Billy and Mandy were done up. The last thing that we saw from them was a conjoined project with Kids Next Door, which was honestly a brilliant send-off for both shows in true cartoonary fashion, making room for the new boys to fill our hearts. So to have another special after that made people go, huh? And like, it wasn't a bad or good huh? It was more like a, oh okay huh. Well, at least that's how my 11-year-old self saw it at the time. Anyway, let's peep what this special has to offer for us.
Many times before, many times again in the future. Many times before, many times again in the future. Come on.
It opens with our trio of Billy, Mandy, and Erwin trick-or-treating at Dracula's house. Billy's a witch, Mandy is the Spanish Inquisition. This isn't a bit, by the way. She actually says this.
I am with the Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Oh, and Erwin's dressed like his grandpa Dracula. And yes, Dracula is his grandpa. And he also has a mummy for a mother. But his dad seems to know how to make it work, so who cares?
Leaving a whole lot of questions that don't need to be answered.
Anyway, Dracula tells the kids to frick off, and they do, calling it quits early this Halloween. But Erwin preaches the fact that they won't be kids forever, and they should trick-or-treat as much as they can. And Mandy tells him to frick off. So it is then that we're introduced to our new main character, Erwin, and all the other supporting characters that he visits within this same scene of him continuing to trick-or-treat. Which doesn't go so well.
Hey, loser! Ha ha, you looked!
Erwin then gives up and walks off as the credits roll on this 5-minute Halloween special.
You idiot! I need your help!
Never mind. It turns out Erwin is made useful as his simp urges overpower him to help this ever so popular Mindy. I mean, look at this form. This is mad sub energy, I swear. Mindy asks Erwin if he's brave enough to visit a spooky house that gives out the full-size candy bars. And Erwin sees this as a chance to erase his nerd status. He does it, and then the neighborhood explodes. And this is when it comes to my attention that Maxwell Atoms for this movie is animation's Michael Bay, because woo boy, there is so many explosions and violence happening in a span of like 7 minutes. I mean, look at this. Eventually all of our side characters meet each other in a brand new variation of what they originally looked like. So it's implied that there is a time skip, but the kids don't change. So obviously it's trying to fit a narrative of some kind. All things considered, why did they make Fred Burger look like that? Popular girl Mandy is kidnapped by a marshmallow bunny. It is down to our wacky new cast of characters to get her back. Because Erwin can't do it, I mean, Erwin a bit. It is then revealed that underworld portals have opened up all across the world, letting in a stream of evil candy creatures this Halloween. And in the span of the night, the Earth elects a new president to declare order on said chaos, who apparently has been kidnapped as well. Don't worry guys, I know it's confusing, but this is all just setting up for stuff. Just you wait. Haas volunteers Erwin to go through the portal with him to save Mandy and the president, because he doesn't trust the monsters. And the weirdo, Erwin hasn't told Haas that he's technically a monster yet, so that's how he gets a freebie. However, this was a trap all along, revealing that Mandy was a part of the plan as well, with the bunny. And now Haas and Erwin had to fight for their lives. Meanwhile, Fred and Jeff the Spider, voiced by the creator by the way, are being yelled at by Scar about growing up for not taking the situation seriously. And Jeff takes his words to heart and vows to throw away his childish roots from now on. Down in the underworld though, you know what? I'm legit curious. Is the underworld supposed to be hell? I honestly can't tell. Let me ask my good buddy and expert Billy and Mandy fan, HatsOffMedia, the puppet, what he thinks.
Do I think the underworld is hell? Maybe. I feel like hell is probably just like a place in the underworld because like Grim Adventures Billy Mandy pretty much proved that all religions are right. I mean, they got Valhalla and the Greek gods, so I'm sure hell's in there somewhere.
Oh, okay. Now, can you say the F word for me, please?
No.
Fuck. Anyways, down in the underworld, Mandy breaks down why she has turned to the dark side. And it's because of Erwin, of course. Apparently, his quote-unquote mummy cooties infected Mandy into becoming a witch somehow. And now since she's ugly and petty, she'd rather destroy the human race because of it. And upon hearing this, Haas disowns Erwin after finding out he's a monster as well. And he starts to accept it. Cutting back to Earth, Fred officially comes up with the group name, driving enough inspiration for Jeff to devise a plan to save the boys. Mandy and the bunny are trying to convince Erwin to side with them since he's a monster as well, which leads into a musical number to present their true dominance.
Dash of pepper, a lump of coal, Merlin's mustache, candy bowl.
And honestly, it's not bad at all. I actually binged this song a whole lot on the Cartoon Network website before the movie even premiered. Pretty catchy. Erwin has had enough and goes into full sicko mode, accepting who he is to save Haas.
He's more powerful than I ever imagined.
Man, it never gets old. Anyway, Underfist managed to swoop in just in time for an epic escape and save the president as well, in the process, who is revealed to be Mandy. Huh? I have fully accepted that this movie is being whatever it wants, and you know what? There's no turning back now. Mandy breaks down the reasoning behind tonight's current events, and basically, every Halloween, the concept of trick-or-treaters has been to scare the actual monsters away, but tonight, the monsters are fighting back, scaring off all the kids, leaving the world with no protection. Well, until we got Underfist. The plan is for our group of heroes to trick-or-treat tonight so the spirits don't come. So they get some high-tech gimmicks from G and B, the scientists.
Good on you for the subtle Dexter reference, by the way.
But yeah, this idea is pretty bad. I mean, come on, there's only like 5 of them. They got an army. Haas realizes how dumb the plan is and goes out to do his own thing, leaving the group into discourse. Jeff runs up crying, which makes Fred Burger cry. Scar goes out to betray the group. A lot is going on in this conflict. Meanwhile, Mandy is giving out portal apples all around the neighborhood, so the army has several spawn points. And Erwin finally realizes it, which leads it to our final showdown. Super Saiyan Erwin versus Haas Delgado versus the trick-or-treater Eve.
Think you're special.
Erwin and Haas are mainly beating the shit out of each other while the candy monsters serve as collateral, so the fiends are then ordered to go after the lesser threat, Jeff and Fredford Burger, which leads into a playfully awful musical number with those two, singing about the importance of childish antics. So like, pretty much, I'm a Goofy Goober 2.0.
Soon I'll be 38.
And I'll lose my hair.
I'll get a job I hate.
I'll dress just like a bear.
Reminder, Jeff is voiced by the creator. This pisses Mandy off to create an even bigger monster that overpowers our heroes, and all seems lost. But with a change of heart for both characters, Erwin saves Haas, so in return, he saves him with a state-of-the-art Billy gun. When everything is cleared out, Haas finally opens up to Erwin on why he hates monsters like him. And now he has grown to accept that not all of them are bad. And Erwin respects that and accepts who he is on top of that. Yeah, you hear that, kids. Discrimination is bad. Mandy catches wind of the moment and regrets her decisions on becoming evil. But hold it! It is then revealed that all of the events leading up to this was all part of the bunny's idea after all. He turned Mandy into a witch. He's the reason Haas hates monsters. He made Billy hate spiders. Worst of all, he sawed off Fredford Burger's tusk. So I guess that's why he is the way he is. Anyway, he recruited Scar as the icing on the cake to do away with all of them. But little does he know, Scar doesn't like anybody. And he's dead.
What did I ever do to any of you guys?
You okay, Haas?
No.
Boom, Underfist saves the day. Everyone's rewarded. And that should be a wrap up until, whoa, squid fiends are attacking our city. Who will come to the rescue?
Hey!
Underfist is now established, and with their brave stupidity, it is with the utmost uncertainty that you'll be rescued.
Underfist! Yo!
So, yeah, Underfist is quite the thing. It honestly just feels like the action scenes were made before the movie was, when the specials before this actually had cohesive plots. And no, I'm not saying that just because Erwin is the main character either. Matter of fact, a very similar special to this would have to be the Invaded episode with the aliens and shit. A majority of that was just action and gags with no substance as well. It just feels like Maxwell Atoms legit storyboarded all the bits he wanted to see, while the rest of his team filled in the rest. Which you can argue that's how the whole series is written, but I find it more evident with these two features. Still a great series though. Oh, what's this? This was actually supposed to be the pilot to a spin-off series starring these characters, but Cartoon Network didn't bite? Well, fuck me sideways, dude. That means that Kids Next Door and Billy and Mandy basically ended the same way, considering that they ended on a special that was supposed to lead into something as well. Kinda. K&D didn't reveal their spin-off plans until 7 years later, which also didn't get to see the light of day. Damn. Maybe their creations only stand the test of time, it seems. Are all show creators only good for one and dones? Because I like to hear why people like Craig, Gendy, Butch, and Seth were all able to have multiple projects under their belts, compared to people like Warburton, Adams, and that one nigga that created Time Squad. They got ideas too. They gave that one guy who created Uncle Grandpa 2 shows. What y'all doing, rationing around here? Ain't no goddamn Galactic Kids Next Door, damn it. You know what? I got another costume idea since you guys didn't like the first. Let's keep these second chances going. So how about a sexy monkey? Huh? Huh? I go, ooh, ooh. I go, ah. Amen. Mason, Darden, Kiwi, Pirate, Prims Hood Cinema, Davo Skyman, a.k.a. Nook Rusty Dele, Revamped Tyreek. Thanks for all this money, B.
This damn Halloween, I'm gonna buy me some treats, Hershey's, Reese's, and them tweaks. Ain't no sharing just for me.
If you want some, stick out your tongue.